Good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It is Saturday morning, the 10th of February. And today I want to talk about the Adam Montgomery trial. Now, I have been covering the trial with kind of short recap videos over on my other channel, Michelle Walks. I've done 3 episodes so far, but I want to talk about it on this channel because, quite frankly, it's the only case I've got on my mind this morning because this trial is so very disturbing. And if you've ever read or heard anyone read the probable cause affidavit for Adam's arrest for Harmony's murder, you will know why. So this is the only case I can think to talk about this morning. I'm hoping it will purge some of the details from my head, at least for a little while, so that later I can record episode 35 of Crime Story Sunday. We had episode 34 last week, which was Shani Warren. This week it is Maura Murray, who has now been missing for 20 long years. So I'm honouring her by doing an episode on her case. Tomorrow, that will come out on Michelle Walks at 8 p.m. UK time. It will be a premiere, which means it's a recorded video, but there is a live chat. All right, let's get into this video and the disturbing details about the Adam Montgomery trial. Specifically, has Kayla Montgomery lied? Let's go. So I know there's quite a few people who've said to me in the comments of various videos that they're not familiar with the details of the Harmony Montgomery disappearance and then the arrest of her father, Adam. So I'll recap for those who are brand new to this case. And I guess because there's a trial going on and, you know, there's Court TV and Law and Crime Network, they're both showing it live. And then there's a multitude of creators as well who are showing the trial live. So it's grabbed some people's attentions who have previously either not noticed this case or have ignored it for whatever reason. So Harmony Montgomery, she was born to her mother, Crystal Sorey, and her father, Adam Montgomery. When Harmony was born, they thought she wouldn't live past the age of about 7 months. They thought she had some kind of brain defect. It turns out that she didn't die at the age of 7 months, that she defied all the odds, and she thrived. She really thrived into a very talkative and intelligent little girl. She was blind in her right eye, but other than that, she was thriving. Now, Adam was in jail when Harmony was born, and he really didn't know Harmony for the first 3-4 years of her life, which is really sad. But that's the truth. He'd only met her a handful of times before he got custody of her. So how did he get custody of Harmony? Dear God, this was a career criminal. He'd been in and out of jail for violent offences, you know, not petty theft or anything like that. No, he's a violent man, but yet he still got custody. So what happened was this. Crystal was an addict. And although I think she really did love Harmony, and Harmony's little brother, who wasn't Adam's child, she couldn't cope. She couldn't cope with her addiction and a child. And at the age of 2 months, Harmony was taken into foster care. And we heard from one of Harmony's foster carers, MichelleAfterDark, on day 2 of the trial. Very emotional testimony, as was Crystal's. Crystal did get Harmony back, but she ended up in and out of foster care. Harmony's little brother had been born to Crystal at that time, and he was also in foster care. He was eventually adopted by a really nice couple who also wanted to adopt Harmony. But the court decided against it because Adam had applied for custody. Now, Adam had married Kayla Montgomery in 2017. And when Harmony was given to Adam and Kayla, they had a son called Seamus. And to a court, it probably would have appeared that they were relatively stable. However, had the judge bothered to look at Adam's criminal record, he might have thought otherwise. But hey, but they were living at 77 Guildford Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. at that time, with Adam's grandmother, Adam's uncle Kevin, who also gave an emotional testimony on day 2, and Michael, who's Adam's brother. So it looked like they were living in a stable extended family home. So in February 2019, Adam and Kayla were given custody of Harmony. Crystal saw Harmony a few times. The last time she saw her was via FaceTime, and that was at Easter 2019. After which time things went downhill badly. In November 27th to be precise, 2019, the family were evicted from 77 Guildford Street because no one was paying the mortgage. They got evicted. Adam's grandma and other family members were spending a lot of time in Florida. So it meant that Adam, Kayla, and now 3 children, because Adam and Kayla had had another baby who was less than 1 year old at this point, Declan, they were out on the streets. So they started to live in their car, a Chrysler Sebring. Not a big vehicle for 3 children and 2 adults. So a recipe for disaster. Adam and Kayla were addicts, and Adam was a violent man. Harmony was terrified. This massive change in life circumstances, plus she was scared of Adam. He'd already been abusing her. One of the charges he's up on trial for, physical abuse, that Uncle Kevin reported to CPS. Harmony was having accidents. She was peeing and pooping in her pants because she was terrified. She was in trauma. This girl had been potty trained since the age of 2. Adam and Kayla were just shooting up drugs the whole time. So what is a little 5-year-old girl to do? She's not going to go out of the car. It's December. It's freezing cold in Manchester, New Hampshire. It's cold. She's going to go out the car on her own and find a bush to pee behind? I don't think so. Now, the other 2 kids were probably still in diapers, age 2 and less than 1. But Harmony didn't have anywhere to go. She was terrified. Anyway, on the morning of the 7th of December 2019, the worst possible outcome happened. And I'm going to let Kayla describe what happened. I knew all of these details because I'd read the 50-page PCA when Adam was arrested. I wasn't shocked by these details, but I don't know what the jury thought, but this is what Kayla said.
On December 7th, was she still having those accidents?
Yes.
And had they increased in frequency?
Yes.
Did Harmony have an accident first thing in the morning?
Yes. He could smell urine, and he started yelling at Harmony and kept hitting her in the head.
Did you discuss going somewhere with him at any point that morning? Going to get food?
Yes. I asked to go to Burger King.
You asked to go to Burger King?
Yes.
And so at some point, did he begin driving the vehicle?
Yes.
Was that before or after he repeatedly struck Harmony?
After.
What was Harmony doing at that point when he started driving the vehicle?
She was crying a lot.
She was crying a lot?
Yeah. And she was making a weird noise.
Was she saying anything?
No.
And Kayla, I want you to walk the jurors through in as much detail as you can what happened on your route from Habit Opco to that Burger King.
Adam was getting really angry from Harmony peeing in the car, and he repetitively kept punching her on the way to Burger King, and there were a couple red lights, and when we were at red lights, he would go over the driver's seat, like in between the passenger seat, and he was just punching her repetitively in the head.
Between Habit Opco and the Burger King, did the defendant say anything to Harmony?
He told her to shut the fuck up. Stop crying.
You said she was making a weird noise.
Yes.
Can you describe it?
It was like, I can't even describe it. It was like a moaning kind of noise, but crying. It was just weird. I can't explain it.
Did you try to help Harmony while he was striking her?
Yes.
Tell the jurors what you did to help, to try to help.
I put my arm up and said to stop, but he looked at me and he gave me this look that was like evil. It's his crazy eyes.
Did you look back at Harmony at any point?
No,
Why not?
'cause I was scared.
What were you scared of?
If Adam was gonna say something or if he hurt her really bad, it was gonna look really bad.
That attempt to intervene, were you successful in that?
No.
Did he stop after that?
Shortly after that,
Shortly after that. Did he say anything to you when he stopped?
he said he thinks that he really hurt her. And he felt something. And when we were getting out of the car and getting the kids out of the car, Harmony had passed away.
Let's talk about that. When you say Harmony had passed away, when did you realize that Harmony had passed away?
When Adam was trying to wake her up and she didn't reply or anything.
Was he saying things to her to try to wake her up?
Yeah, he said Harmony, and he kept saying baby girl.
Wait, what? Baby girl? Like as if he cared? Okay. Yeah, probably scared now. Scared now. Not for Harmony, though, because you think she's evil, don't you, Adam? No, for yourself.
He took the duffel bag that was in the trunk, and and put her in the duffel bag.
You mentioned this duffel bag from the trunk.
Yeah.
Had you seen that duffel bag before, Kayla? What was it used
Yes.
for?
When we got kicked out of the house, we put clothes in there for everybody. And it was in the trunk of the car.
Did you see him put Harmony in that duffel bag?
Yes.
How did he put her in there, Kayla?
He folded her in half and put her in the double bag.
I'm not going to go into in this video all of the horrific details about how Adam allegedly stored Harmony's body, possibly dismembered her in the bathroom of an apartment that they managed to get on Union Street in Manchester. And eventually, in the dead of night, sometime in March, he took Harmony's body, what was left of it anyway. Kayla even mentioned a NutriBullet. What's a NutriBullet? It's a blender. I've got a NutriBullet. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to use that blender again now. But anyway, leave that to your imagination. I can't even. But yeah, he got rid of Harmony's body, so what was left of her body has never been recovered. Adam had tried always to hide what he'd done, allegedly. See, the problem is, all of this that we know from the PCA has come from Kayla. And Kayla's a known liar. When it was finally discovered in December 2021, yes, 2 years after she died, Crystal had been trying to get in touch with the family. She'd been trying to get in touch with anybody who might know what Adam was doing with Harmony. She'd not seen her daughter for over 2 years. She'd written to the mayor, she'd gone to child services, she'd been ignored. But finally, she went to the police. I think she should have gone to the police a great deal earlier, but she didn't. She went to the police. The police caught up with Adam. And the story that Adam and Kayla had agreed upon, Kayla stuck with. She said that she was working at Dunkin' Donuts, which she was, but she'd been fired at this point. So they didn't think that through. She'd been working, and Adam picked her up after her shift, and Harmony wasn't there. And Harmony had gone to live with Crystal because of the situation, the living situation. So she stuck with that. She perjured herself to the grand jury, and she's in jail still right now. Eventually, she told what I personally believe is the truth about what Adam did to Harmony. I do think there's things she's missing out. I think she was also hitting Harmony. I don't necessarily believe that she was hitting Harmony as hard as Adam. I don't believe that, but I do believe there was physical abuse by Kayla and probably verbal abuse. When she said that Adam shouted at Harmony to shut up when she was crying, I think probably Kayla maybe had also shouted, shut that effing girl up or something like that. I think there's a little bit more to this story, but I think the basics, what Adam is actually on trial for, I think is truthful. But the defence are going to come out with a different story. We've heard from the defence opening statement that they're going to claim that it was Kayla. I don't think they're going to go so far as to say that she murdered Harmony, but it was Kayla who was stuck while Adam was jaunting around and about Manchester, living at large. Kayla was stuck in this vehicle with 3 children. Well, no one would cope living in a car with 3 children, aged 5 and under.
You were just left with that picture of Harmony, and seeing that picture is heartbreaking, knowing that Harmony is dead. But Adam Montgomery did not kill Harmony. Adam Montgomery did not beat Harmony in the head as he approached the Burger King drive-thru. Adam Montgomery did not cause Harmony's death. Kayla Montgomery was the last person to see Harmony alive and know how Harmony died. But she didn't come clean with Adam, she didn't come clean with the police, and she will not come clean with you.
The defence story, now presumably this is what Adam has told them. Kayla was the last person to see Harmony alive, and then in the middle of the night they found her dead. So they just found her dead. Now, as there's no body, there's no medical examiner to say what the cause of death might be. Even if they found Harmony's body today, they still wouldn't be able to determine the cause of death. Not if you find a child dead, because you think, well, you know, did they swallow something, poison themselves by ingesting something? Did they have a medical condition that was undiagnosable until they died? But there's none of that. There's none of that in this case. Right? Adam thought he was being smart, hiding her body in bags until eventually disposed of what was left. And by the way, there is forensic evidence to back up the story that Kayla told about how Adam moved the body around. There is forensic evidence of that. So I think that the story that Kayla has told is truthful, albeit there are some things omitted that she did. That's just my personal opinion. Now she's been in jail for a while and she's sober now, presumably. I think she genuinely is upset. I do. She probably was just completely numbed out at the time on heroin and coke and whatever else she was taking. I don't think either Adam or Kayla cared about Harmony. They just wanted her for money because they were getting, welfare money for her. And also Adam hated Crystal, so he got one up on Crystal. Harmony was unloved by that pair, and for that final 10 days of her life, she was living in the most horrendous situation. Every minute of her waking life in those last 10 days of her short 5 years in terror. She couldn't even pee without knowing that Adam would beat her. I can't. I just can't. It concerns me how the jury are going to take Kayla. Like, she's got a plea deal to tell the truth. And I think she is telling the truth, albeit she's missing some things out. But she is telling the truth about what Adam did. That's my opinion. But how the jury is going to take her, given how she has lied before. The case has been left for the weekend, partway through the cross-examination. And that lawyer, oh God, she is so monotonous and boring. Kayla ended up getting a migraine and they had to stop a little bit early. And I do believe that. I do. Because I got a headache. I'm not joking. I got a headache listening to the droning monotony of that woman's voice. We know she lied to the grand jury. You don't need to go through every single word of how she lied. She lied to the grand jury. She's admitted it. I do think Kayla finally told the truth. It's to save herself. I don't think now she's sober, she suddenly got a massive attack of guilt. I think she feels bad, I do. But the actual telling the truth was to save herself, not to do the best for Harmony. Although, inadvertently, she is now doing the best for Harmony. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that the jury are going to believe Kayla? Do you believe Kayla? Do you believe it was Kayla that had more responsibility for Harmony's death than Adam? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.